It is time now for the Peter Channel morning news on this Wednesday morning, November 2nd, 2016. Get on! And good morning to you all on this lovely Wednesday morning, November 2nd, 2016. Here are your news and odds. Top story at 8:30 a.m. is death of a police officer in Des Moines, Iowa, as two police officers in Central Iowa were shot and killed Wednesday in a pair of ambush-style attacks, the Des Moines Police Department said. Manchester, New Hampshire, there's a fierce final week of campaign unfolded in New Hampshire where 4 electoral votes could be crucial to Donald Trump. The spy street from a little used FBI cat came around 1 p.m. on Tuesday announced that agency had published on page 129 pages of internal documents related to the years-old investigation of former President Bill Clinton. This is winner take all. Tonight in Cleveland, Game 7. Chicago Cubs, Cleveland Indians, winner take all. Game 7. One team will end their decades-long curse of a World Series title. The entertainment conglomerate Time Warner, led by Chairman and CEO Jeff Brooks, raised his full expectations at Suicide Squad. CNN and electric coverage of Food Slayer. Lately, quarterly financials. Among the small number of American newspapers that embrace Donald Trump's campaign, there is one particular sense that it's KKK's official newspaper supports Donald Trump for president. Hong Kong, 2 young lawmakers who had vacate Greater Hong Kong authority were blocked from taking the legislature votes, highlighting the latest political faults in the line that city troubled relationship with Beijing. Our first analyst in the final moments of the two Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 suggests that no one was controlling the plane when they plunged into the ocean, according to the report released by investigation on Wednesday is presented for the aircraft. Athens, Greece. Russia's foreign minister accused other countries involved in the Syrian peace negotiations of having sabotaged the process with a continuing backing up the military groups intended on toppling President Bashar Assad. But tell Iraqi special forces paused the military events when during the Islamic State group struggled on Mosul on Wednesday as poor weather happened and visibility and troops attempted to clear recapture the neighborhood of any remaining military. Clinton, Louisiana mother said she was being held against her will sent her daughter to school with a note that helped before these can read. When Emily Dole first learned about Vice President of the United States had written her letter, she was left in her home, wearing pajamas, eating cantaloupe. As Stanford sexual assault survivor, named Clever Woman of the Year. Melania Trump won the bid for the portrait of her husband, Donald Trump, to the 2007 auction in Florida, as Peter reveals $20 portrait purchased by the Trump Foundation. A man in Tulsa, Oklahoma, led police at a high-speed chase at a store patrol car and streamed the entire incident live on Facebook Live. Ankara, Turkey. Turkey said it's being deploying tanks and other vehicles in the Sirak province, Salafi district, which is near to the border with Syria and Iraq. Moscow, Embassy International Moscow's office sealed off by the government for these employees that an activist group said. Aleppo, Syria. Russian President Vladimir Putin has ordered a 10-hour humanitarian pause to be held Friday to allow rebels to leave Aleppo for 2 corridors. Washington. The FBI conducted an investigation into Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump campaigns tried to run up to the general election without making them public. Washington, fresh off their acquittals for an occupation of the wildlife refuge riot. Now, Monday said they will continue to stand against federal land management. Foxbury, travelers back to Interstate 95 north of Miles Wednesday morning followed a multi-vehicle crash accident reported during the early morning hour. Rush hour near Mechanic stuff Main Street and the Foxbury Share Line. 5 vehicles were involved. State police said. Fall River, Massachusetts. A trial of a Fall River man suspected of killing another man during a transaction of taking the vehicle to the car to clean away the victim's letters near an end. Herald News report that closing arguments are expected Wednesday in the first-degree murder trial. Voice of view, Howard Gonzalez. Prosecutors say Gonzalez, 24-year-old, Brian Juniors are March 2011, and after the meeting for a drug deal, they say Gonzalez told his sister before as the shooter when he was desperate for money and his supporters and having a plan to rob someone. Springfield, Massachusetts police in Springfield continue to look for a man to consider an armed agents that say there was a car that ran down 2 city police officers. According to the statement of Wednesday, Broadcom segment could make her pay $12.75 per share for the data stored to network provider. Hong Kong evident concerned about a slowdown in growth of the Chinese economy, China's largest economy, assured that for now, business and the platform to the world city. I bet investors take part in the rise and chance of the Trump U.S. election win. Masterclass reported third quarter loss of $160 billion as growth wasn't able to offset a sharp drop in revenue, and the Danish carrier said that expected the full year result to be significantly lower than $1.3 billion reported in 2015. Stockholm, Sweden. The top is that there. The Security Committee led the patrol up, said the mission covers that strong patrol brigade helped it lift its revenue. Admitted Alberta put a limit on the outbound of emissions coming from the oil sand production wind chill. Alberta can strengthen the popular balance that its government said. Denver, with mixed support coming from the oil and gas sector. Colorado's governor said that this new budget proposal reflects an expected slow pace of economic growth, which is now false. Texas at pace of recovery in the exploration and production side of the energy industry in Texas has been relatively slow, state and government said. San Francisco. Wells Fargo agreed to someone found in the federal court to pay $50 million to customers whose mortgages failed in the default and were overcharged for appraisals. And now, look at your stock. The Dow down 15.32 at 18,037.10. S&P 5 down 14.43 at 2,111.72. Nasdaq down 25.56 points at 5,153.58. New research sets that Mount St. Helens seals magma from a source loaded from getting far from its peak. And NASA advisory committee stressed question the SpaceX fueling process and put a standard that came under close scrutiny after one of the company's rockets exploded on a launch pad in September while being fueled. 4.5 billion years ago, some of the humongous flights of our planet. The debris from the collision was tossed to the sky and eventually collapsed into a brand new body that began falling Earth around its orbit, mimicking Earth spinning it. The 30-meter telescope International Observatory Board spent years working rather red tape to secure government approval to build the telescope in Hawaii built on the Big Island. Washington health officials said Tuesday they had investigated a possible cluster of polio-like illness in the state. 9 children have been hospitalized and a 6-year-old boy has died. Zika virus infection causes shrinkage of testicles and a low testosterone levels of male mass reports that study blood box infected with Zika virus are 4 times less likely to fertilize healthy female mice than the healthy male counterparts. Latin appears to be playing a game at a beta switch inside of phase 3 settings. Hillary Clinton has the slim advantage to independence. A group of Republicans bit farming won by 5% point to 12 and almost had the voters in crucial blocks say new scrutiny for email would impact their vote. Libertarian vice presidential nominee Bill Weld admitted on Tuesday night that his ticket shot a win in the White House, went out and win when it failed to qualify for the presidential debates, such as went on TV New World. Clinton herself in the top circuit has been at Florida just about every day since early voting started last week. Donald Trump has messaged from voters in certain states who are casting vote of Hillary Clinton to begin to feel buyer's remorse. It's not too late. Peter Childers' time is 8:38 on this Wednesday morning, and it is Toronto for a spot support last night. The Boston Bruins defeat the Florida Panthers 2-1 last night for Game 6. The Chicago Cubs defeat the Cleveland Indians 9-3 for it's a winner-take-all Game 7 tonight at Cleveland. Tonight, the Celtics will be taking on Chicago Bulls game time, 8 o'clock, and they got it. The Oakland Raiders are 6-2, and their quarterback has for 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Some people are even to throw this David around in MVP contention. And the Arizona Cardinals have a healthy quarterback. In 2016, based on how things are going, however, it may not last that long. Peter Childers' time is 8:38 on this. Wednesday morning, and it is time now for a Travis report. Baby, let's study MBT where times trains trips Mondelez and northbound service today from Northwest to JFK UMass. Commuter rail. Freeman Worcester train 584 758 from Freeman is up at 5:50 minutes beyond schedule between Newtonville and substation. Worcester train 505 7:50 a.m. from substation is up at 5:50 minutes beyond schedule between Southburn Worcester. Franklin train 708 740 from Forge Park and Spotted. Forge Park is up at 5:10 minutes beyond schedule. Lowell train 508 750 from Lowell is operating 5:50 minutes beyond schedule between Lowell and North Station due to mechanical issue. Providence train 810 and 730 in about operating 5:10 minutes beyond schedule between Providence and South Station due to early mechanical issue. And on the ferries, they are looking at. Okay, Howard's and Bowies of New England. 95 on the southbound side. It is backed up from Fairfield all the way out to Greenwich. 95 on the northbound side is backed up at the Stamford stretch. Bear Parkway westbound back to Bridgeford down to Stamford. Mary Parker, eastbound side is backed up from Milford out to New Haven. Mary Parker, westbound side back to New Haven. 95 on the northbound side back to West Haven, New Haven. 91 on the southbound side back to New Haven. 84 westbound side is backed up to New Town down to Denbury. Route 7 on the southbound side back to Denbury. 84 eastbound side is backed up. After Route 8 in Torrington. 95 on the north, 91 on the northbound side it is backed up. From Middletown all the way to downtown Hartford, 91 to southbound side back to Windsor to downtown Hartford, Connecticut. 84 westbound side is backed up around 91. 291 westbound side it is backed up around Route 91. 91 on the northbound side is backed up 57 to 291 in Springfield. Mass Parkway change to 291. It's a little slow around the Springfield stretch. Mass Parkway westbound side is backed up around 291 in Springfield. 91 on the northbound side back around northbound stretch. 290 on the eastbound side is backed up 146 out in Worcester. 190 southbound side back around 290 Worcester. 190 on the northbound side back around the Worcester stretch and the West Boston stretch. 495 on the southbound side it is backed up from Lancaster area to 290 out in Marburg. 495 on the southbound side. On the northbound side it is backed up from 85 Milford to the Mass Pike out in Westburg. Out in Rhode Island, 146 on the northbound side it is backed up after 99. Lincoln 99, northbound side back from 126 to 122 in Lincoln, Woodstock. 146 on the southbound side it is backed up just before Route 95 out in Providence. 95 on the southbound side it is backed up from Tucker to downtown Providence. 6 second actor slope from 6 to 95. 95 on the northbound side of the back with 3 to work area to downtown Providence. 195 westbound side is back to 6 off area to downtown Providence. 195 westbound side is back to the Dartmouth stretch. Out of the Cape, it's looking good. 6 from Sagamore to Orleans. Route 20 on the southbound side back to the Picasset stretch. 95 on the northbound side is backed up after 140 in Foxborough all the way out to Route South Bay Street Shore to the Biscuit from 128. It kept it all the way at the Deposit Street, the northbound side of 95. 95 is southbound side is slower at 295 Attleboro. 295 both ends back to 95 at Attleboro. 24 the northbound side is backed up from Stoughton all the way at Route 128 at Route 3 the northbound side is backed up from 18 Wayman following the Bridge split 120 on the southbound side is back from 37 the Bridge split 120 both ends back northbound side is back to the split all the way at the 24. 120 on the northbound side is back to Route 1 and north 1 all the way to Route 20 Walford. Mass Parkway eastbound side is back to Nathan all the way out to the House and Baton Tolls. Southern Expressway both ends backed up from Dorchester all the way to the Bridge split. And 93 both ends back to the Boston all the way at the Zake Bridge from Mass Ave. Mass Parkway westbound side is backed up from East Boston all the way to South Boston. 93 on the northbound side is back to Stoughton all the way to Route 120 Canton. 120 southbound side is back from Reddit all the way at the Lexington, 120 to the northbound side is back to Lexington all the way out to Route 3 in Burlington, Route 2 westbound side is back to around Route 95. 120 northbound side is back to Route 1 in Norwood all the way out to Route 20 Waltham. 93 to the northbound side back to Stoughton all the way after Route 128 Canton. 128 out of Redding. Route 3 to southbound side is back up after 495 out in the Billiken breaks get around Route 128 in Burlington. 93 to southbound side back from 133 to over all the way out to 62 Wilmington. 93 to the northbound back from 120 out Wilmington all the way to Route 125 in Andover. 495 to southbound side is back up around Route 93 out in Andover. How is the Bowies of New Hampshire and Maine are looking good? And Interstate 89 southbound side is backed up from Colchester down to Burlington, Vermont, and Interstate 87 to southbound side back around Route 11 in Champlain, New York. And New York State 3 eastbound side is backed up around Interstate 87 in Albany, New York. And the Berkshire Freeway westbound side, the New York State 3 is backed up Route 4 all the way up to 787 in Albany. 787 southbound side is backed up after New York State 3. New York State 3 northbound back around 787 in South Albany. Peter Chill News Time is 8:44 on this Wednesday morning, and it's time now for weather report. And it's a later start to your morning here. And today's most of sky about 66 degrees, and southwest at about 3 to 7 miles tonight. Classical about 50 degrees calm for Thursday at Church Shots. That's what the chance like possibly at Thursday after 5 p.m. Patch back before that about classical about 60 degrees at Coffee Big Cabin. 5 to 7 miles in the afternoon. Chest makes it 6%. New rating for about 10 minutes. Check out about possible thunderstorms. First of that, shots like made before 9 p.m. Punch back before 11 p.m. But west, most clouds about 42 degrees and west about 7 to 9 miles. To the northwest at midnight. Winds can cut size 20 miles on chest makes it 6%. New precipitations street. Quite an half an inch. Possible. Friday, mostly sunny, most clear skies, 51 about 32 degrees. North about 9 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny, podcast about 52 about 38 degrees. Sunday, partly sunny, most skies about 52 about 35 degrees. Monday, most sunny, podcast about 52 about 37 degrees. And for Thursday, most sunny, about 57 degrees. Good, not near. It is a clear skies, and we have a temperature of 50 degrees with a humidity of 99%. And out in Mansfield, it is 50 degrees and Easton 51. And that's great for the Peter Channel morning news on this. With the morning, November 2nd, 2016. Good morning, goodbye, see you 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Good morning.